Welcome to Culture Shock, where we're focused on men's personal development. Today's video is on learning to be uncomfortable as men. Okay, I'm going to give you a little illustration. It's when I was younger. I think I was like 11, 12, and 13, maybe 14 at the most. But me, my brother, and my dad were building a warehouse. My cousin would come over from time to time to help out. He can attest to this. But we would constantly work outside in the hot heat or in the cold in the winter, working on this warehouse. And it was made out of metal. It had metal siding. The skeleton was made out of pipes, so my dad had to weld it while we held it. But we had to build this thing in the winter and summer times when we had breaks because it took a while. So this taught me to be uncomfortable, to work under any condition. Even in my spring break during my 8th grade year, I remember we started this whole patio in the front. It was made out of red brick. So it was like 2 or 3 steps, almost like what you would call in the city a stoop. It was built like that. So during my spring break, we had to work on that as well, as much as we were tired and just want to take a little break. But we were uncomfortable most of my younger years because we had to help around the house, putting up fences in the winter. So I say that to say this. As men, we got to learn to be uncomfortable. I've been uncomfortable my whole life. When I first got saved and went to church, I was uncomfortable hanging out with people with no TVs, always dressing up every Sunday for church, Sunday evenings, Wednesday evenings, then learning to read the Bible. It's uncomfortable. Then I learned to drum for church, preach, Bible studies. I even did a skip practice. All this to say that as men, we got to learn to be uncomfortable. Talking to people about Jesus Christ every Saturday morning, or at work every Saturday, or at work every day, talking to people about Jesus Christ, reading my Bible in or at work. But I was always taught at a young age that we need to learn to be uncomfortable, because I'm a man, and as men, we got to learn to be uncomfortable. Think about all the history in our country. All the leaders had to learn to be uncomfortable, whether it was former presidents like Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. Everybody had to learn to be uncomfortable. Whether you're in the military, whatever branch you are, you got to learn to be uncomfortable. Whether you're going to school and you're the new kid at school, you'll be uncomfortable. So I say that to say this. We have to all learn to be uncomfortable. Everyone's always trying to look for comfortability. But as champs, we got to learn to be uncomfortable. Just think about your favorite football team, basketball team, hockey team, whatever sport, baseball team. You have to learn to be they were uncomfortable the whole time, especially when they're champs like this. Imagine, they did a lot of extra things that other teams weren't doing. They were more uncomfortable than the other teams. That's how they became champs. That's how we can become champs. So no matter where you are in life, we got to learn to be uncomfortable. Whether you're starting a new job, whether you're changing jobs, or no matter what you are doing, we got to learn to be uncomfortable. Talking to people. I hated talking to people. Maybe I still do, but we still got to talk to people if we're going to make it in this world. So learn to be uncomfortable. Learn to be uncomfortable at all times. If you're comfortable, then you're probably sleeping or you're no longer around. But I would say this, learn to be uncomfortable. If you ever worked out for the first time, so uncomfortable, excruciating pain, soreness the next few days. You'll be uncomfortable for like 2 to 3 weeks. But learn to be uncomfortable. As in life, as a man, I learned that we got to be uncomfortable. And to this day, even making YouTube videos, I'm uncomfortable. But I do it because I have a purpose. If you're uncomfortable and you have a great purpose, then that will give you motivation to keep doing what you're doing. Whether you're a father, son, whether you're, no matter what career field you're in, whatever your purpose is, as long as you have a purpose, that uncomfortable feeling won't be so uncomfortable. It may be a little uncomfortable sometimes, but when you have a purpose, that will drive you. That will drive you to be a champion. That will drive you to be a better man. And that's what we want to be here, is the best man here, the best man there, the best man anywhere. So let's go be the best. I'm MR3. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and share these videos with any men you need to share this with, so that they can be the best they can be. This is the Culture Shock. Everyone, have an awesome week. Remember, stay uncomfortable all week.